I apologize. Towards the end of the last day, probably 2 days before I had to leave, I kind of got a little lonely. So I was like, well, let me try to go on Tinder. Don't use Tinder, but let me try to go on Tinder. Find me a little nice chick, and before I leave, in the night with that, went on Tinder. Found one. She wanted to meet up. We met at it's called La Commercial Plaza. It's like 30 minutes away from the Chippy Choppy Mall in the La Flora district. She stayed like 10 minutes away from there. Ended up waiting for her. She ended up coming. We used Google Translate, of course. We went to a bar. I don't remember the name, in the mall, in the Plaza Mall, right? So we're sitting down. We're using Google Translate. She's just telling me a little bit about her. She's complimenting me, of course. Eyes and you're a genuine guy, nice and everything. Yada yada yada. Have a few drinks. Have a little bit more, few drinks. We get up, and she ends up taking me to another bar, and this is where it happened. We get to another bar, and when we sit down, and she orders El Jimador, I think that's what it's called. It's a white liquor. Start drinking, and at some point she told me to kiss her, and I think it was at that point when I did, she may have slipped something in my drink, or she could have had the bartender do it. I know they usually do that too, but at some point that's when it happened. So when I took my second shot, I just didn't feel. I felt funny. She then asked, I asked her, actually, I was like, hey, would you like to go back to my Airbnb? Obviously, you know what was on my mind. And and she was pretty Latina, Afro Latina. She was like, yeah, show me where you live. I showed her where I live and everything, and I got up, and that's when I kind of didn't feel right. But I just chalked that up IP to me being drunk. Got up a little wobbly, she's helping me a little bit. I get in the car, which I thought was an Uber, but from what my friends were telling me, it probably wasn't an Uber. It was probably just somebody she knew, and got in the back of the car, and IP when I got in the back of the car, at that point, I don't know what happened. I don't know when I fell asleep. I just did. And when I woke up, I was outside my Airbnb, on the ground, on the concrete outside my Airbnb, my phone and my wallet gone, which I just got a new phone yesterday, and on Monday I'm working on getting all my credit cards back, but she has maxed my credit cards, which I've taken care of that also. They're going to give me all my money back. She's done some damage to my Navy Federal card, which is my main card, but I'm going to take care of that Monday too. I'm getting all my money back, and I got recommended to call the U.S. Embassy to also, they'll compensate me also for, stuff that happened. Yeah, that's necessarily what happened. I recommend everybody just, stay off of Tinder. If you want to meet women, I strongly advise you to meet them in the grocery store. Try to talk to them in the grocery store. Hit them with a cheesy line like, "Hey, I'm looking for this," and then try to slide your way in on them. But they're real welcoming. And then when they hear that accent, they're gonna be like, "Oh," and then they're probably they'll help you. They're really nice, welcoming people. But learn Spanish though. That's the biggest thing. Learn Spanish, and it will take you far. And
let me ask this, brother. Let me ask this. So this woman that you met on Tinder, what race was she? Was she white, Latina?
Black.
Was she black?
She was Afro-Latina.
Oh man. Damn it.
Yeah.
That sucks. I'm guessing the peanut butter, brown skin, curly hair, dyed, right?
Dark skin, long natural hair, with a nice looking girl. I guess, man, and I guess I just wasn't thinking, I was thinking with my little head, not my big head, and I was just like, man, I just want to have fun for the last night, and that happened. So I learned though.
So I'm happy that nothing fatal happened to you, but obviously It's sad that you got robbed. I don't wish that on anybody, especially a passport, bro. But I'm happy that nothing worse happened to you, bro. So that's great. So what's your advice? You're telling brothers to stay off Tinder. That's where the trouble starts. And also be careful as to your drinks. Always watch your drinks in the bar. Buy your own drinks. I think that's very important there, brother, isn't it?
Yeah, buy your own drinks. Definitely watch the bartender do it. Watch the bartender make your drinks. Don't do what I did and just, you're feeling good after those drinks, and then we go to another bar and you're like, nothing's gonna happen, because something could possibly happen. Especially if you don't speak the language that well and they know that and you're visiting. Always watch the bartender make your drink. Yeah, don't ever just, unless you go up to them, unless it's a club you go to and you give them a little tip and be like, hey man, take care of me, you can do that, and they will do that. But as far as that, man, don't just watch your drinks, and have somebody with you.
So do you think, so two questions here, brother. Do you think that she may have slipped it in your drink, or do you think the bartender did it? And second of all, brother, do you think it's very important that when brothers go to Colombia, they should go with someone else and you should both be in the club together, obviously dealing with women, have each other's back?
Yeah, I think at one point when she told me to kiss her and I leaned forward because she could see the drinks and I couldn't because, my back's turned. I think at that point, that's when she may have, put something in my drink without me knowing as I was kissing her, because the kiss just didn't feel genuine. When a kiss feels genuine or not. And it just didn't feel, at the point, it didn't feel genuine. But, I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't thinking about that. That's when I think she spiked it. And, it took a little time to do its magic. And obviously, when I got in the car, I fell asleep. That's when it worked. And yes, I do advise, if you're going to meet someone on Tinder, which don't use Tinder, but if you're going to meet someone on a date, just bring someone with you. They don't have to be sitting directly at the table, but just be around watching you. And when you get in the car and everything, he gets or she gets in the car too, just to make sure everything's safe. I highly recommend that. And another thing, guys, man, learn the language. It will help you out so much. Most people tell me I'm a decent looking, attractive guy. I try to take care of my body. But even I was getting choosing signals. I was definitely getting choosing signals. Girls were blushing and smiling and telling me they wanted to learn English when they damn sure didn't want to learn English. I know what they wanted, but it would have really helped out a lot if I learned the language, which I am. I'm taking 6 months to a year to learn the language. So when I go back to Colombia next year, I'll be set.
Awesome, brother. And last question. So the kiss that she gave you, right?
Yeah.
You said it didn't feel genuine. Was it like a small peck, or was it,
It was.
Did you exchange tongues, or how was the kiss like? And okay, go on, bro.
Oh, sorry about that.
You go.
So when I kissed her, like when I gave Natalia, do you remember the other girl that I sent you the picture of? That girl, when she kissed me, it was genuine. Tongue in the mouth and everything. She was down. But with this one, it was more of like I tried to put my tongue in her mouth, and she kind of didn't want to do it. It was kind of like I'm just doing it. Now that I think about it, it was like I'm just doing this just for a distraction. It just wasn't genuine. It was kind of like a little peck, a small little peck like that.
Okay. Wow. Hey, so either she spat your drink or the bartender, but I'm happy that you are here today, brother, and nothing fatal happened to you. It's sad to see you get robbed and lose your belongings, and obviously when you're abroad, that can be disastrous. If you lose your phone, your wallet, you're thinking, oh, what do I do? So I'm happy that it worked out, bro. Your keys, they left your keys to the Airbnb in your pocket? They didn't take it?
Yeah. They so fortunately they didn't know the code. To get there's a code that you put your hand on the door, and you have to know the code to get into the place, and then you have to go upstairs and know which door that I stay in. So they just left the key in my wallet, and thank God I didn't leave my passport. I didn't take my passport with me either, because I would have probably still been stuck over there.
Okay, awesome, bro. Fantastic. So, Mr. Don, thank you very much for breaking down your experience in Colombia. So, brothers, this is very important for you, brothers, to take note of. Always be aware abroad. Be careful with the woman you deal with. Be vigilant and be aware of your surroundings. I'm International Passport. Make sure you join that Patreon. That Patreon will give you more information about Colombia and, of course, different parts of the country when it comes to foreign women, IT. And of course, brothers, if you want to get into IT, I'm here for you, brothers, man. Book your IT consultation to travel anywhere around the world and have me as your IT mentor to help you get into IT. IT is the future for Passport Bros, and I am here to help you out. So in the description box below and in the comment section below, there's a Calendly link for you to book your consultation, and the Patreon is there to join either the Bronze IT tier, the Platinum tier, or the IP Lightning tier for the IT mentorship program. Thank you, Don. Appreciate you, brother.
You're welcome.
Brothers, it's been a pleasure, and I'll see you, brothers, on my next video. Peace out, brothers.